The Artemis II is not a moon landing mission. Its real purpose is much bigger and more serious. It is the first full test to prove that humans can safely travel to deep space again and come back alive. This mission is the direct step before humans land on the moon in the next phase. So everything inside it is about testing, survival, and real human performance in space. After the Apollo program, no human has gone this far from Earth. For more than 50 years, astronauts have stayed close to Earth. Artemis II will break that limit and send humans hundreds of thousands of kilometers away, around the moon, and safely back. The entire mission is designed to answer one question: can humans survive and operate in deep space using modern technology? The astronauts will travel inside the Orion spacecraft, which is not just a vehicle, it is a complete life support system. Inside this capsule, everything needed for survival is controlled. Oxygen is stored in tanks and released carefully. Carbon dioxide is removed using chemical filters. Temperature is automatically adjusted because space has no natural balance. One side can be extremely hot while the other is freezing cold. Water is very limited, so astronauts use it carefully. Even the moisture from their breath is collected and reused. Food is specially packed so it doesn't float and damage equipment. Every small detail inside the spacecraft is designed to solve problems that don't exist on Earth. There are 4 astronauts on this mission, and each one has a very specific role. Reed Wiseman is the commander, responsible for all final decisions and overall mission success. Victor Glover is the pilot, handling navigation systems, spacecraft control, and flight monitoring. Christina Koch manages onboard systems, experiments, and life support monitoring. Jeremy Hansen supports communication and assists in operations, also representing international collaboration. Each astronaut is trained for years to handle extreme situations. In space, if something goes wrong, there is no quick rescue. They must solve problems themselves, quickly and correctly. The mission starts with launch using the Space Launch System. This rocket is the most powerful NASA has built. It produces massive thrust to escape Earth's gravity. Within minutes, the astronauts go from 0 speed to thousands of kilometers per hour. After reaching space, the spacecraft enters orbit around Earth. Then comes a critical step called trans-lunar injection, where the engine fires again to push the spacecraft toward the moon. This step must be extremely precise. Even a small mistake can send the spacecraft off course. As the spacecraft travels farther away, communication with Earth becomes slower. This means astronauts cannot depend on instant instructions. They must rely on training and onboard systems. The path used in this mission is called a free return trajectory. This is one of the smartest safety features. The spacecraft will go around the moon and naturally return to Earth using gravity. Even if major systems fail, this path helps bring the astronauts back. During the journey, astronauts will travel more than 400,000 kilometers from Earth, farther than any human has ever gone. At this distance, Earth will look very small, and the crew will be completely outside Earth's protective magnetic field. This is where one of the biggest risks appears: radiation. In deep space, astronauts are exposed to high-energy particles that can damage the human body. The spacecraft provides some protection, but exposure is still higher than normal. Another major challenge is human health. In zero gravity, muscles become weak and bones lose strength. Blood flow changes, and even the brain reacts differently. To handle this, astronauts follow strict routines including daily exercise, controlled diet, and scheduled sleep. Mental health is also critical. The astronauts are in a small space, far from Earth, with constant awareness of risk. To stay focused, they follow structured schedules, perform tasks regularly, and maintain communication with Earth. Throughout the mission, astronauts will test all major systems: life support systems, navigation and control systems, communication systems, manual handling of the spacecraft, emergency procedures. This mission is not about experiments for science. It is about testing survival and performance in real conditions. As the spacecraft reaches the Moon, it will not land. Instead, it will fly around it and use its gravity to change direction back toward Earth. This maneuver must be accurate because it defines the return path. The return journey is just as critical as the launch. The spacecraft will come back toward Earth at extremely high speed. This leads to the most dangerous phase: re-entry. During re-entry, the spacecraft will hit Earth's atmosphere at around 39,000 kilometers per hour. The heat generated is extremely intense, reaching about 2,800 degrees Celsius. The heat shield must protect the astronauts by absorbing and deflecting this heat. If the angle of entry is too steep, the spacecraft can burn. If it is too shallow, it can bounce back into space. Everything must be perfectly controlled. After surviving this phase, parachutes will deploy to slow down the spacecraft. It will then land in the ocean, where recovery teams will bring the astronauts back safely. The risks in this mission are serious: radiation exposure, system failure, distance from Earth, extreme heat during re-entry, but every risk is carefully studied and planned for. Systems have backups, astronauts are trained for emergencies, and the mission design includes safety features like the free return path. The importance of Artemis II is massive. It proves that humans can travel safely beyond Earth again. It tests new technology that will be used in future missions. It also builds confidence for the next step: Artemis III, where humans will land on the Moon. This mission is not just a flight. It is a complete test of human survival, engineering, and deep space capability. If Artemis II succeeds, it will show that humans are ready to move beyond Earth orbit again, not just for short visits, but for long-term exploration. And this time, the goal is not just to reach the Moon. The goal is to prepare for a future where humans can live, work, and travel in deep space.